Hey everyone, it's Sarah here with Virtual Biz Partner, and I am going to talk to you today. Actually, first, I just want to mention if you haven't watched one of my lives before, I hope you noticed my lightning bolt. I always get confused. It's like the opposite on camera. I'm obsessed with lightning bolts. I have lightning bolt earrings. If you actually can't see them very well, but I promise they're there. I have lightning bolt earrings. And I have lightning bolt keychain that actually lights up. I just have a thing about lightning bolts. It's in my branding, and I don't know. I just think they're cool, and I like the color yellow. So, anyways, that's just a fun little fact. And you may notice my hair is a little more bright red today. I just got it colored, so hope you enjoy that. But to the point now, what I am talking about is how to get virtual assistant clients. Oh, and I just see I have a typo there. I will have to fix that when I'm done. Actually, I'm going to fix this now because it's going to drive me crazy if I do not, because I know people will be seeing this and see I'm not perfect. Oh, it should be how to get. See, I'm so excited to come on here and talk to you guys about getting clients. And in fact, while you are watching this, I would love to hear your questions. Hello, I know there's somebody watching. I'm not sure who it is, but I would love for you to say hello. And so, yes, I'm going to talk about how to get virtual assistant clients. I'm going to share a secret with you. And in fact, like something just landed in my inbox, and I was so excited to show this to you all. So you're actually going to get a behind the scenes look of a little bit of my setup. But back to getting virtual assistant clients. Before I show you the secret, and I also want to say hello to all of you that end up watching the replay. For those of you that watch the replay, I want to know what your biggest question is regarding landing clients. Hey, Jessica, so happy to have you watching. Yeah, you're going to find this helpful, Jessica. I think everybody will find this helpful. And I love giving real life examples. So when I got this email in my inbox a while ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to share this. But first, before you do this little secret that I'm going to share with you, in order to get clients, you need to know what services you're offering. So if you're someone who is currently working as a virtual assistant or just thinking about it, Google's your friend. If you watch any of my videos, you're always going to hear me say Google's my friend. Google virtual assistant skills. I have some links on one of my blog posts that talk about that's okay. That's all right. You can watch all my videos. Totally fine. But yeah, go check out my blogs because I have a resource somewhere of like 101 tasks you can do. So the reason I'm telling you that first is what I'm about to share with you, it's going to be really difficult to do if you don't know what services you're offering. So if you're listening and you're like, I am stuck, I want to get started, first of all, quit worrying, quit doubting yourself, and go with just general administrative things. If you're not sure what that is, then Google it. And like I said, you can find that list. So you need to have that figured out. You need to know what skills you're offering. And then the second thing you need to have in place before you reach out to these clients is you need to have your packages defined. And so sometimes I feel like a broken record. I feel like I say some of these things over and over because they seem pretty basic to me. But when I was getting started, I actually didn't do these things either. So yeah, I guess now it sounds like, because I say it so much, it sounds like people should know it. But I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't do this either. That's why I teach you this. But have your packages. You could do it super simple and just do one, but I like to say have 3 packages, and that's what I teach the girls, the ladies in my training, because people like choices. If you give just a little psychology behind the 3 packages, if you give too many choices, clients will run away. They'll be like, I don't even know what to choose. And if you don't give enough, then they kind of feel like, well, what if I want something else? So 3 is usually the magic number with lots of things, but we're just talking about packages. So know what services you're offering and have your 3 packages. I suggest, again, super simple, have like a 10, 20, and 30-hour monthly package. That's the easiest way to do it. So you know what services you're offering and you have your packages. And the next thing is you are going to start looking for clients. So I can already hear some of you, you're like, okay, I don't want to go look for clients that well. You need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to do it. You would be surprised how easy this is if you just do it. I was just speaking to one of my students the other day about like her ideal clients, her dream clients, and what she could do to find them. And that's actually what this touches a little bit on. And so I am going to, I actually want to share my screen. And so now I'm not sure how to do that. See, I should have had that figured out before I did this. Let's see here. We are going to, and maybe I can only do this from my phone. I want to show you guys this email I received. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what this email says. All right, so here's the secret. You need to go find your clients. And I am going to figure out in the meantime how to, see, I should be more experienced with my Facebook Lives. So I am going to go look at this email. So I literally just, oh, so she sent this morning, but I wasn't paying attention to when it was sent. So I received an email from an individual, and they just title it, it says, Sarah, do you need some help, question mark. So first of all, when I got this email, I was like, oh, who? I like one of my friends emailing me because they used my name, but it was at my business email. Actually, did she send it to? She did. So she's actually gotten my email, my business email from somewhere, because on my website it has like, I think, info at. So she just says, Sarah, do you need some help? That's her subject line. And she says, hi, Sarah. Are you looking to hire a VA to help you with the growth of your business? If interested, here's a little 3-minute clip about me and how I can help. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much, Sarah. Smiley face. Cheers. And then her name. And then she has, in her signature, she just has her name, title, website link, and then it says connect with me on LinkedIn. So the first thing I'm going to tell you, so the secret that I'm sharing with you, it's that you actually are going to go find the clients you want to work with. And I'm going to tell you why hers was so great specifically, and she actually made me want to work with her. So if you notice, the first thing, she used my name. The subject line was, do you need some help? So it wasn't sleazy, it wasn't misleading, it was just directly to the point, and her email was very to the point. She just said, are you looking to hire a VA to help you with the growth of your business? Now, I love her wording because most businesses, they want to grow. So if you word it, the emails that you send out like that, it's you know, it makes a good impression. And then doing a little 3-minute video, this is like perfect. Now, you could do a video, an individual video for each person you're sending this to, but you don't have to. You could just do a short little, hers, well, we'll get to that in a minute. We could do a short video that would like work for any client and just tell a little bit about yourself. She hosted hers on Google Drive, and she has shared with me the view only link. So that way I can watch it, anybody can watch it, but they can't accidentally delete it or anything. Your other options are to put on YouTube, Vimeo. There's a few different settings and things. So, you know, Google Drive is always super easy. And then the next thing, so I was just going to share my screen and show you her email. So it's not like I actually need to share your screen. And then next time I'm going to figure out how I can do this and share my screen. Or if you know how, tell me in the comments. I would love to know how. And I'll have to go figure it out myself. And then she just says, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much, Sarah. So she uses my name twice. And she ends it with just a simple smiley face. And then having her signature and then connect with me on LinkedIn. And the first thing I did was I'm like, oh, I'm always looking to connect with more people on LinkedIn. So I'm connected with her. And then I went to her website. So I do train my students to not make a website until they are, actually I didn't want to show her website, but I train them to not do a website until they are several months into their business, consistently making money. The only reason is usually you do so many changes, your website will make you crazy. You'll spend way too much time and energy and money when you just need to be getting clients. But the reason I was going to show you this individual's website is it was really simple. It's like super simple, but it's very clear what she does. And so when I click to go to her website, it's like, oh, hey, you know, here's, and she does like content management is what she does, and content creation and content management. And so then when I went to her website, it said, it had her the two options or two things that she does, and I could click on that, and then it had the pricing right there. So she has 2 packages instead of 3, but it had the pricing for each one. And her prices were really reasonable. Now I have no idea what all it included. Like it just said, I think it was like monthly. But when I got that, I was like, oh my goodness, I actually do, like, content for a business is so important. And I don't do it, like, I have a ton of content. I just don't do nearly what I could be doing with it. There's so much more on social media. There's so many things. Anyways, all the things I could do with my content are not the point. Point is, I'm like, oh my goodness, I so need her help. And her pricing was so great. Now, the only thing that I'm gonna respond to her, but like, I have an assistant, and so I'm always gonna give my assistant things before I give them to somebody else, but I'm gonna keep her name, and I'm gonna, like, reach out to her, and I'm gonna say, hey, you know, I would love to have a conversation, and keep your name handy for in the future, or maybe other clients. So here's the thing. I usually do just only refer out virtual assistants in my directory that are in my training or have taken my training. But let's say nobody in there is specializing in content creation. If somebody comes across and needs the name of someone, I would be happy to refer her out if none of the VAs in my training have specified that that's what they want to do. So the secret here is that you have to actually go out sometimes and find your clients. And my VA is almost maxed out with what she can do. So I could very easily end up hiring this person within the next 30 to 60, 90 days. And so think about that in terms of your business. What if you, I mean, I'm just one person that she reached out to. I'm sure she's reaching out to numerous people. So what if you made a list and every week started reaching out to 5 potential clients that were, you know, the ideal people you wanted to work with? She didn't write a long email. It wasn't super involved. She uses the same video, I'm sure, for everybody. I haven't watched the video yet. I was going to, and then I got distracted with other stuff. I love that she says it's a 3-minute video, so you know, like, you're not going to be spending a ton of time. I realized I still had my, hey, Cheryl, I see you're watching. So I see, yeah, I still had myself distracted saying how I could share my screen, and I'm clearly not going to figure that out right now. But yeah, so make the list, use Google, get on LinkedIn. She probably got me from LinkedIn because I think that's where my business email address is at. I don't have it on my website because of like spam, and I don't know if there's some way I can have it on there to not get spam. But anyways, so she was to the point. She used my name. She gave me the link to the video, and then she gave me the link to her LinkedIn. So now since I sent her an invite to connect, once she accepts it, you know, I'm going to be in touch with her. And she is someone, like, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tell her, once I talk with her, I'm going to ask her to keep in touch with me. So this is the exact same process I teach the students in my training. Is I tell them, I'm like, get a spreadsheet, know who it is you want to work with, have your services figured out in your packages, like I just went over briefly with you guys, and start making a list of these individuals, these businesses, these companies, whatever they are. You know, put their name on your spreadsheet, get their contact email, always put the link to their website because you might want to go back to them, put something unique or interesting about them so that if they do reach out, you have something you can, you know, maybe mention that'll help them remember you. And then be sure to have columns for follow-up. So with my follow-up, I teach the initial follow-up, and then I teach a second follow-up, and then I teach a third follow-up. But the third follow-up is usually done. I'm turning the phone over because I keep getting alerts and it's distracting. The third follow-up I usually do by social media, like if I'm reaching out to someone. So for her, that might mean if I don't respond to this first email, I would say follow up in a week. And then if I didn't respond to her second email, then follow up via social media. And since I connected with her on LinkedIn, then she could now very easily send me LinkedIn messages. So oftentimes when we're trying to get started as a virtual assistant, and I can say this because I did this, we make it way too hard. We make it difficult. And I can guarantee you 30 days from now, you will be making money if you do these things I just told you. Figure out the services you're going to do. It can just be administrative. And I do want to say with administrative, you probably want to include in there like social media. Everybody needs like social media help. Well, almost everybody. So that's something really good to include. And then have your packages. So have like a 10, 20, and 30-hour monthly package or whatever you want that to be. And then do what I just told you with finding these ideal clients and emailing them. Like I said, use Google, use LinkedIn, sometimes Facebook. It just depends. You know, Facebook, it can be a little bit harder to find some of the information. But that's really it. If you guys do that, you will have your business started. Yes, there's other things you can do. There's other things you need to do at some point. Things that you need to do to keep growing it and keep getting clients. What's going to happen is the first time you get somebody that says yes to working with you, you are going to be so excited. It's going to give you more energy to move forward with your business. You are going to be like, okay, now I'm going to go get this next client. And some of you may be thinking, oh, well, what if I make a mistake? What if I send it to the wrong person? What if I this or that? Who cares? Who cares if you mess up? Email the next person on your list. I made a lot of mistakes. You're not going to be perfect, but you're going to figure it out. And the thing is that you learn from any of those mistakes you make along the way. I am so surprised when I talk to individuals that don't do what I just told them about reaching out to people. They think that the clients have to come to them. And, they may not know you're working as a virtual assistant. Like, how do they know to find you? They probably don't know to find you. And so it's your job to go out and find them. And then once you do, you may be thinking, okay, well, what do I do after I get that first client? Well, be honest, tell them you're new and you'll figure it out. But you just want to make sure that you guys are clear on the tasks you're going to be doing. Getting started, you can do the invoicing very easy by just using PayPal. You don't have to use expensive software or programs when you're first getting started in your business. I didn't. I hand wrote my time on a Google spreadsheet. I just had like 2 clients when I first got started, and I invoiced them through PayPal. It was super easy. We had I think weekly calls where we would talk about what needed to be done. I wasn't even using a project management system back then, like Asana. You hear me talk about that a lot. I love it. So I want to know if you guys are watching this now, or for those of you watching the replay, I want to know, first of all, did you get any ahas from this? It probably, like, after listening to it, maybe thinking this sounds simple. It is simple. It's like, seriously, go do that. And I want you to report back, and I want to know how it went. And even if you're someone who's just wanting to make a little extra money, you're not really sure you want to do this like full time, be a virtual assistant full time, then that's fine. You don't have to do this full time. Do what I just said. Go get someone, start working with them, and see if it's something you want to continue with. And then what happens is you get that experience. You're going to figure out what skills you love, what things you don't love, what you want to offer, and it's just going to take off from there. Now, what I share with you is really the tip of the iceberg. Like, there's so many other things I could teach you about and explain, but I don't want to overwhelm you, because I know in getting started, there's lots of information and it can be a little overwhelming. But if you did find this useful and you think you could actually use some help getting started in your business, and you would love to know more about some of the specifics and how to grow it faster and things to have in place, and how to balance it all, I do have my Virtual Assistant Training Academy, and I would love to share more with you about it. So you can comment on this video, or you can send me a message, and I will personally respond to it and just give you information and see if it's something that's for you or not. And if you did learn anything, I would love if you go to the bottom of this video and click share, because I know there are so many women, especially moms, that are really desperately wanting to work from home. They're wanting to do something to bring in an income but still have that flexibility for their family and for their kids. And this is the perfect solution. This is the perfect way for them to make some good money and be able to control their time and their schedule and still have that time to devote to their family. So if you know a mom like that, then share this with them. And if you're someone who would love more information about my training academy, then send me a message and I will share that with you. And can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.